Let's go. Did I stutter?
Don't be rude.
Diabetes.
These nuts. Got him.
Uh-oh. Wrong one. I thought it was 4:05. I'm sorry. High pass. Gavel. Boom, boom. Court time. Pass. Very quick. If you see, this is what she posted something the other day, and I was like, oh my God, I wanted to say something. It was taco seasoning into a pickle jar. What do you think? I saw that. I'm pretty sure that was something.
So the pickles would taste taco seasoning
and dill. I don't know. I kind of want to try it, to be honest with you. I got a lot of taco seasoning for some reason. Kind of sounds good to me.
It does kind of sound good, but do you got pickles? That's the question.
I always have, always have the
Clausen's.
No. Mount Olive or Food Lion brand, I find is just fine for me. Of course, Mount Olive just up the road. Hey, Grammy's
here. Real quick, thank you to everybody. We've had an amazing past 2 weeks here on the channels, and it's because of you guys that allows us to continue to grow. So pat yourselves on the back, because I have a restraining order where I can't touch any of y'all.
And Dave, it's never too early to make it rain. Another sergeant in our lives. Like that.
The military are really stepping it up these days.
Love it.
Speaking of military, Creed, did you see that the U.S. Navy had heard that sub implode with their top secret listening equipment that they monitored the ocean with?
Oh, wow.
And they didn't tell anybody. They kind of tipped off the Coast Guard, hey, just letting you know. It might be wasting your time, but they still went out there and looked anyways.
Oh, wow.
And so that's kind of weird.
Yeah, but I would imagine that's what that dude was standing there in Boston talking about the red tape and about how everything, you know how that all goes. My favorite part of all of this is Emily showed me the story from the other day when the what was it, the Sun went to the Blink 182 concert and said, "Oh, my family would want this." Not missing Blink 182. My God.
I mean,
that's happening.
Big fans in the fam. Big fans.
So
yeah, we got a members only today. It's Friday, so that means it's over on Credence and Mikey. So if you'd like to join us tonight at 5:30 for that, make sure you go ahead and hit the old join button over there.
I mean, the stuff that we were just talking about, what we're planning to do during members only.
Mind blowing.
Dave, it's also never too early to throw 5 bones at us either. Just FYI. Thank you, guys. I'm still beat from last night. We had a very big live chase and a lot of people around, and it was a fun one.
It was a lot of good times. Everybody was talking about it afterwards, how it was the most fun they've ever had with their clothes on. So if you want to enjoy that, make sure you go. I don't know why you're not green. Depends on what channel you're on.
Yeah, typically that's what it is. You're on the wrong channel. We find that to be an issue for some people. Anyways, we're here for court, not talk about news and things like that.
A little bit of a warning, by the way, before we get into this. A lot of domestic violence talk.
Oh, great.
We may see a woman with a few bruises. This is 2 Wormans. They just can't get along. A lot of Wormans these days in the old TPO area. Woman on woman action really not working out so well for a few of these ladies. And at 6:30 today, by the way, an incredible video from a judge we never touch, we never go to. Ooh. Judge Bryant had a case today of a lady who had hit a guy with her car and they had made a plea deal for nothing, literally nothing for this lady. And Judge Bryant hears from the witness, which his testimony will rock you to your core and make you feel like, wow, this is a complete injustice. So you get to watch Judge Bryant really take matters into her hands in a way that I have the utmost respect for her after seeing what she did. So make sure you check that out. It's going to be at 6:30 on Credence and Mikey. I'll be uploading that as soon as we're done here.
If you could turn on your video, please.
Sure, why not? Leather lashes.
Miss Jackson, while we're waiting, if you could unmute, do you have any witnesses that are with you, ma'am?
No.
Thank you. Are you on 2 devices, ma'am?
No, just my laptop.
Okay, all right. We may have misnamed.
What a great
somebody. Thank
voice.
you. Oh, okay. No, we're fine. Thank you.
about
So
you, Mike?
I'm looking for, here we go.
Mr. Pack.
Yes.
I'm beginning to really like this judge, by the way.
All right.
I
Ms.
am too.
Morissette,
He's growing on me.
if you have an announcement, we'll take it, but you're welcome to keep your video off as you feel comfortable. Okay. And let's see, Taylor Brashear is where you are. Do you feel safe and comfortable to speak about what you're here for?
She's thinking about an
yes, ma'am.
airplane.
Okay. And do you have a witness that's with you?
No, ma'am.
Thank you for that. Thank you both.
So
think
these
that's
are our
it,
2
Judge.
Wormans.
Okay.
Nicorette, Dave. It's all right.
Well, I was looking for Mr. Pack. He's not here.
Shannon's
Yeah, I see his camera's off.
He's at work
Um,
right now.
working today, classes and things.
He's making glasses for everyone in Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Living in Creed's old house on Piney Green, off of Piney Green.
Slightly adjacent. Mr. Pack, can you please check in? We'd love to get started.
Please,
Maybe
we don't
he's-
have all day. If we can.
Maybe he's liking the video. Maybe that's what's taking so long.
Maybe he's busy on an airplane.
And do we have 2 petitioners in this case?
No, Your Honor. I think the second person marked as petitioner is Martha Feynman Sowers. She's the contract attorney who's working with us. She's just here. To
Oh,
observe.
okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Hello, Judge.
Okay. Yeah, when I saw it just said P, it didn't say W for witness or attorney or anything. So, okay, thank you. As soon as we get Mr. Pack back, we'll begin.
Pack
And
back.
while we're waiting, I mentioned earlier we had several exhibits that I sent this morning.
Right on
I haven't
time.
gotten confirmation that they've
Waiting
gone
for Shannon to
through.
get here.
Is it okay, Ms. Brim, if I just email that to you directly and copy opposing counsel on it?
Yes, that's not a problem.
Okay.
I would have never
Because I
known to
received
pronounce that.
some of them, like
Brashear.
Ms. George was saying earlier today, like 1 through 44 and so on, but
44.
yes, you can send it to me.
I beg your pardon, 1 through 44.
Well, that's just how it's numbered, Judge.
Okay. You don't mean 44 separate exhibits, do you?
I haven't looked through them, I'm sorry.
Judge, there are a number of exhibits. We will move through them quickly.
The judge's face.
Well, that's why we were delayed getting to your hearing because of a ton of exhibits in the previous case.
44.
We will endeavor to be faster.
Wow.
Mr. Pack before we can do anything.
No,
I
baby,
just
right
sent
brought
him
their
a quick
lunch.
email to let him know that we're back.
Judge already wants a cigarette. He's got his
Yeah, Judge is
Nicorette.
There he is.
Yes, Pack.
Sorry, Judge.
Gosh, he
That's
looks
all right.
different. Hi, Patricia.
Now that we know where you are. All right, this will be the family violence hearing, case number 23 PO 4747, Monisha Jackson versus Taylor Brashears. If I mispronounce anybody's name, please correct me. I'll try to get it right and we'll move on from there. Ms. Jordan, do you represent the petitioner? Do you wish to make any opening statement? If so, as you know, I like brief ones.
Yes, Judge. And just as an initial, as a logistical matter, the
wear
parties
briefs and I like
are
the brief.
in or shared an
Very.
apartment and we have some damages to present regarding expenses. I'd like to relating to the apartment,
Bill.
damage to the apartment, damages that have been assessed. What I'd like to request is that we bifurcate the hearing to first determine whether the protective order will be granted, and then we can, if so, we can come back and talk about the financial component of that.
Mr. Pack, do you have any objection to that?
No objection, Judge.
Okay, well, let's do it that way. And it's not unusual for me to defer all the financial issues until such time as there's either an order granted or not granted.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Ms. Jordan, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Just to give a little background on this case, these parties live together. We're in a romantic relationship together, lived together for a year or two. And over that time, there have been multiple severe incidents of family violence. I think that we'll really leave it to the petition, and that will be our guide, because it really clearly delineates what occurred on which dates. There have been multiple calls to police, and there are currently criminal charges.
Well, we're starting out charges, and I don't know if you've been around a lot or not, but we mispronounce names like crazy. So to come in and be like, it's Rochelle.
That's how I put it on the train, so we'll pronounce it again right. Rochelle.
Remember the band named Ra?
Oh, I can't forget that fantastic band.
And thank you for the 5 bones. Appreciate you. And yes, happy Friday.
Pending. We're requesting, as mentioned earlier, we're requesting the protective order be granted, and then we'll address financial issues at a later point.
Criminal charges, that's never good.
Judge, just briefly, this was a very tumultuous relationship. I think the fact that they're no longer together is probably better for them, probably better for everyone in DeKalb County.
I didn't expect Gunner to have such a strong Southern accent.
And he's from Georgia, Creed. What do you expect him to sound like? That's kind of.
Did not.
He's from Georgia. What do you expect?
I didn't expect that at all.
And elsewhere in their families, Judge.
You think he wears boots and a big old, what do they call that? A 2-gallon hat?
I do declare he may.
I just wasn't expecting that voice. That's all.
A situation where both parties would call the police on each other. My client was arrested on May 10th. There was some communications after the arrest up until May 30th when there was my client
told me I should have been in radio.
Oh, how sweet.
And I said, no.
I was arrested and there was a stay away order. And from my understanding, Judge, there's no sort of communications after the issuance of the stay away order from the magistrate judge to today's date, which was about 3 weeks ago, Judge. So that's kind of our position, saying that there's no, I guess, imminent threat for any sort of violence to happen in the future.
All right. Thank you. And Ms. Jordan, you know my spiel. I want everybody to stick to what's in the petition.
Gunner just got on the judge's good side, by the way. That was as brief and precise, straight to the point as you can get. And I think that is what he's looking for today. And by the way, you haven't missed anything. It just started. So we're good.
Settle in, the video, and hold on, because again, some bad stuff we're going to be talked about here in a minute.
The only thing that you missed is the judge. Did I hear you right? 44 pieces of evidence. It's still evidence.
Then the judge kind of went crazy.
Yeah, he was
not gonna lie.
Not liking that.
And not anything that may not be in the petition unless it happened after the petition was filed.
Thank you, Judge. We'll do that.
All right.
All right. I'd like to call the petitioner, Manisha Jackson. All right, Ms. Jackson, can you raise your right hand so I can swear you in?
She's got nice
Do
hair.
you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth under penalty of perjury?
I do.
Okay, thank you. All right, I assume I'm ready to go ahead and get started.
Yes.
Okay, All right, Ms. Jackson, just to clarify a few things on the record, did you live with the respondent, Taylor Brashears?
Yes, I did. Between May of 2022 to May 2023, when I had to flee for safety reasons.
Okay, so just to get that out of the way, let's just get into the meat of things. In your petition, you mentioned that an incident happened on May 10. Can you walk the court through what happened on May 10?
Yes, so on May 10th, this was probably around the 10th time that abuse occurred. Taylor began to verbally abuse me for at least 2 hours. I did not respond to this. Included in her verbal abuse were legal threats to have me deported.
You mean she's not from Georgia?
I don't think she is. Patricia, thank you for the 2 bones, and Nancy right behind you. 5. I think it's a fake accent. I'm just gonna say it. I think that it's a fake accent, but
She sounds kind of like downtown Julie Brown.
it
Wobble, wobble, wobble.
it sounds like a fake accent. I think that this is all fake.
She
These are all
said she's going to
actors.
deported. We're going to deported back to Arkansas. I mean,
Good point. All right.
To involve ICE,
that.
various other legal threats. She also called me an idiot, stupid, multiple times. I went upstairs. At this point, I knew that I needed to move out and escape. And so I went upstairs to continue packing my things. Taylor then followed me upstairs.
The judge does not like your comment there, Leanne. Just so you know.
not happy.
Balks at that.
Continued to verbally abuse me. I then started to audio record the abuse. There is evidence in the audio recording of this situation happening. She noticed that I was recording and then came at me, tried to grab the phone out of my hand. I tried to hold on to my phone, but she's extremely stronger than me. And so she was able to pry the phone out of my hand. I stood up to, ask for it back, at which point she punched me in the face. That caused my lip to bleed. Again, there's photographic evidence of that. I also fell to the ground. She then went downstairs with my phone. In this incident, I did not even try to get my phone back again at this point. I actually tried to leave the house and run to the neighbor's house so that I could call the police. She then barricaded me into the house, which she has done multiple times. She locked me into the house from the front door and the back door. She then
What about the back door? Dave, thank you. 5 bones.
My wife has locked me out of the back door for like 30 years, so it's not unheard of. This is a very serious matter. We are just jesting, but again, she's already said something that's probably enough to get it. She says she took her phone.
Yeah, we've learned that that is a big
one.
That's a big deal. Kind of like Crass. He's a big deal too.
Pretty big deal, bro.
noticed my lip was bleeding, so she grabbed me again, dragged me across from the living room to the kitchen, got a napkin, aggressively wiped my lip, then told me that I shouldn't make this a bigger deal than it is. She then tried to say that she had already called the police, she had already filed things against me, and if I didn't call the police in this occasion, then she would drop whatever she had filed. I said, okay, I just wanted her to get away from me. She ended up maybe 10 minutes later leaving the house. I think she went to work. I'm not sure. I then contacted a friend and they met me and we called the police.
Is that who I was talking about?
Yeah, it's Powerhouse Hobbs. Yeah, it could be. I mean, I don't know what name he goes by when he's not in the ring.
That's great.
But that could be our guy.
Plus, guys in the truck using proper graphic there.
I know. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I like that. Did you hear me PP check?
I'm on it.
Very important.
And I filed a police police report on that day.
Was the petitioner was the respondent arrested after this incident?
Yes, she was arrested 2 weeks later. May 10th was when the police didn't actually tell me, but when I got the police report, that was when I saw that they had issued a warrant for her arrest based on what I had told them, and also them seeing that I had cuts over me, my lip was bleeding, etc.
All right. And did you take photographs of your injuries from May 10th? And if the court clerk can pull up,
Practice today at 4.
So there's
Rides of Harley.
6 documents or exhibits that are labeled May 10th. One is May 10th, then there's a 2, and then there's a May 10th 3 and 4, and a May 10th copy. If you can pull up all of those, we'd like to go ahead and admit those. And while the court clerk is doing that, Ms. Jackson.
I'm sorry, I apologize. So not the ones that you sent to my email address.
Right.
They should be what?
They should be what the client submitted directly or through the clerk. And it's there should be 6 different files that are all start with May 10th.
I can try.
Best we got right there.
That's as good as it gets. Oh, by the way,
I'm not saying that. So
two bones in our PP from the kitchen in celebration of kitchen court cam getting to 2,000 subscribers. Well done. Huge milestone for everybody. Cheers.
Yeah.
Consider as one exhibit emotional abuse, exhibit 1 through 44.
So what I was sent doesn't have exhibit numbers on it.
Okay, so that's gonna be May 6th. Let's see
Nashville.
if it's the first one.
Hot.
What is the exhibit?
They
Oh,
don't have
that's
exhibit
great.
numbers on them.
Right, but what is it?
It's all of them are photographs.
I feel so bad for
they're
this
all
lady.
labeled. They're all
44
named
she's got to go
following
through.
May 10th for all of them.
That might be it, Miss Broom. If you could pull that one up and go to the second page of that 1 through 44.
Oh, okay.
Rogdev living it up.
Let's see
Having
if that's
brunch.
it.
Nice.
Do you have a mimosa or a Bloody Mary?
The second page, got it. Oh.
I'm looking for. Oh my God, there's almost breasts.
No, those are from a different date, I believe.
By the way, those
That's
look
not it. Okay.
terrible.
Those are terrible.
I hate seeing that.
I have the ones that you sent me, but you said these was already.
They had been submitted prior to the June 6th hearing date.
I'll be like, well, you stop
Photographs.
now. Granted.
Are they photographs
Right.
of the
Yeah.
petitioner?
Seen enough.
Photographs
Thank
of the
you.
petitioner
Good
and
to
its
go.
cruising.
Yes, that's what I see, but it's lumped into the one that was filed
Yes,
on May
exhibit.
18th, and it was labeled as emotional abuse example, pages 1 through 44.
Dave with 5 gifts.
The
Thank
rest
you.
are videos.
Mhm.
That's emotional
That's
abuse.
the only, it looks like it was
He's
all
playing
lumped
with my
into
heart
one.
cream.
Okay.
But you said that wasn't it, right?
Those particular ones are from a different date.
Okay, it was more than one, it was more pictures, Ms. Jordan.
There's more pictures, yes.
So in that 1 through 44, it's like 3, 4. It's several pictures. Do you want to just go through each one since we don't know which one you're asking for?
Sure. If the court
Is
prefers,
it 44
happy to-
pictures? Oh,
Oh,
my
wow.
God.
Jim, safe travels. I'm pretty jealous. You guys are going to enjoy it. I know.
Bon voyage.
They'll be sharing some pictures at some point.
Share
And
my
of
screen and
food.
go through them. Either way is fine with me.
Any objection to that, Mr. Pack?
Whatever's easiest for the court, Judge, we're okay with.
Okay, go ahead and share screen then, please.
All right. I just need permission to do so.
I want proof that you liked it, by the way, on both channels. Christopher Collins, look at you with 20 bones. Love the channel. Appreciate you guys. You're my constant entertainment while I work from home. Love the great work. Christopher, appreciate it. Because, for every one good comment, there's 10 bad ones. I appreciate you, buddy. I'm glad we can provide a little bit of entertainment during the day, and we love what we're doing. So
We're a specialty show, Creed. Specialty.
appreciate that. Is that what it is? Is that what you're going to say?
Concerning palate.
Right.
Oh, thank you for that. All right.
3K by May.
Man, they are having a time with all these. I feel bad for that lady again.
I
She's
mean,
digging through all these pictures.
Even when there's only a
Alright.
few exhibits,
Miss,
extra
Miss
exhibits, we have
Jackson.
issues. So
Sorry about that. Did you say you took photos of the injuries that you received
Is that
after
her
that
arm or
date?
leg?
Yes.
Okay.
very hairy.
I'm going to show you a series of them. Are these photographs that you took?
Yes.
Look how
Okay.
fancy we're moving them around
We
today.
got one here, one here.
That's because it's an Apple machine, Mikey. We don't know how
Oh.
to use those.
Oh, my-
Some further
gosh.
down, one here.
is that her buttocks?
And what date did you take these photographs?
I believe I took them on May 10th. There were
There we
two-
go.
So that was an incident on May 10th of 2022, as well as May 10th, 2023. So I know categorically that the one of my lit is of May 10th, 2023. Some of these may be both 2022 and 2023.
Ooh.
All right, well, let's just look at this one. It's called May 10th copy. Is this a photograph that you took?
Yes.
All right. And what day did you take it?
On May 10th,
Of which year?
2023.
Okay. And can you tell the court what injuries we're looking at?
Yeah, so this was from Taylor punching me in the face. So that led me to pull over.
Gary, thank you so much. What are you guys talking about with over on
Gary, where are you?
I have no idea where the comments come from, to be honest with you, because they're going to come up as YouTube. So I'm really not sure.
Why would we wouldn't be getting any from we got a well
Why would you guys think that? Just
says there's people over there commenting.
Yeah. Oh no, guys.
She's got way more gray hair than I expected, by the way.
She does, but I mean, obviously she's very stressed out. You see this
a lot of stress, it shows.
By the way, I'm reading chat. You guys making jokes, and I may be smiling or laughing a tiny little bit during that. Obviously, this is a very serious thing. That's absolutely terrible. I don't even really want to see these, but it is part of the case, so it is what it is. I do feel bad though. Like you said, we kind of made a joke about. Okay, we've seen one. It's good enough. But all right.
As I mentioned. And I had several like scratches on my neck as well.
Okay. I'd like to admit this exhibit. It's called May 10th copy.
Any objection, Mr. Pack?
No objections, Judge.
All right, admitted without objection.
All right. And Ms. Jackson, what other injuries did you, or visible injuries did you receive on this date?
So I had bruising on both of my arms. I think that those other May 10th date pictures are from 2022.
Okay. Can you describe the bruising then?
Yeah, it was just bruising like to my outer arm, my inner arm, from like her grabbing me and throwing me around, basically.
Okay. All right.
Dave, thank you. 10 bad ones. We'll take it. Appreciate you. It's killing it today.
Now, you also mentioned in your petition that the respondent contacted you following this incident. Can you walk the court through that?
Yeah, so following this incident, I fled. I met the police at a nearby park, and a friend had come to meet me so that I wouldn't be alone.
Chris, he'll meet you over at Toby's at noon. Mayor, thank you, Two Bones.
It's no longer Toby's, Creed. It's changed names.
Well, it'll always be Toby's for me. You guys can share a Johnny Bootlegger from the Circle K across the street. Great way to ask. So, Chris, I like that. That's funny.
That's a great way. I like it.
Asked the police to accompany me back to the house to get some personal items. So I just tried to pack stuff for like a few days. I knew that I could not be in that house for my own safety. And so I ended up staying at a friend's for several days. During this time, I received over 80 phone calls from 3 different numbers of Taylor's. I received over maybe 30 emails from 2 different email accounts. I received Snapchat messages, Zelle messages, Cash App messages, messages on TikTok, just every single platform. Basically, when I would block her on one platform, she would use another platform to harass me. She also contacted multiple of my friends on following this incident as well.
Okay. And did you take screenshots of the calls that you received from the respondent?
I did, yes.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share again so we can go through those. All right.
I told you I thought it was a fake accent.
I don't know.
All right. Are these screenshots that you took of the
no phone
calls
number
that you received?
Yes.
All right. And what date did you receive these calls?
Wow, that's a lot of missed calls.
So there were calls on May 10th and 11th. This was when I received like 70 calls in a row. And they started in the evening on May 12th and went through to the morning on May 13th. Yeah.
Right. I'd like to submit tender
Sharon.
Petitioner's Exhibit
Rick.
1 into evidence.
Hi, Rick.
Or we can
You're
call
around.
it something else. It's the May 12th, 2023 call log.
Any objection, Mr. Pack?
No objections, Judge.
Admitted without objection.
All right.
Let me ask, have y'all already exchanged many of these?
I got all of them, Judge.
Okay. Unless there is an objection, why don't we just go ahead and admit them without objection unless Mr. Pack has a specific objection on any one?
This Jordan was kind enough to send it this morning, Judge. I took a look at everything, and there's no objections from the respondent.
If one should come up or you need to cross-examine regarding it before it's admitted, that's fine. Just let me know.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge. All right, Ms. Jackson, is this a screenshot that you took of your missed call log from May 13th?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And does this indicate where we see that it says Taylor, is that the respondent contacting you?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. And so this is the day where on a single day you received 70 calls from the respondent. Is that right?
70?
All right.
Did you see it right there too?
I heard you testify that the respondent contacted you by multiple methods. Is this a screenshot you took of emails that you received from the respondent?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. And what date were these emails?
I believe they were also May 12th into the morning of May 13th.
Plus all the garbage along the bottom that would annoy
and
so much.
Did the petition, so did you start receiving these emails after you blocked the respondent?
Yes.
Okay. And in these messages, did the respondent attempt to ask you to unblock her?
Yes, multiple times.
I'm tired of being the
aware
villain.
that you had blocked her.
Yes.
When I'm not.
All right. And did the respondent start contacting you via other methods when you were on it, when you blocked her on email and by phone?
Yeah, so I blocked one email, then I received.
Oh, you're talking about, okay, I'm sorry. I thought you meant the computer, by the way. I said that. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know anything about that.
Here's the old trickarooski creed that we've learned about very much. Send somebody $1 and they'll get your message.
They sure will. Like, effing unblock me, Taylor.
I mean, that might work. I mean, if people cash out people money, they might respond, or meet them at a Swansboro gas station that he'll be passing through Swansboro tomorrow. Actually.
I'll tell you what I would suggest is that gas stations on the corner where I used to turn to go down to my house on the beach there, because they used to have in plastic, a nice bed of lettuce with 4, eggs, and my God, were they good? Perfect amount of paprika on there, a little bit of pepper. I used to get them all the time, and then have great farts by the time I got home.
God bless
Donna,
you.
thank you.
God bless her.
I'm telling you, the accents just throwing me off just a little bit. But anyways, yeah, the Cash App thing is interesting. And Donna, thank you for 10 bucks.
Accents are fun when you're drunk.
What's going on, mate?
Emails from a different email. You can also see in this picture right now that there were Cash App requests. As I mentioned, I also received messages on TikTok, through Zelle, through the Photos app, through Snapchat.
Jeez.
Pretty much every social media and or banking platform.
I got the
so am I correct in thinking that this message we're seeing right here is after you've blocked her on email, over the phone, she sent you $1 on Cash App so she could leave a memo that said effing unblock me?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, thank you.
It's a good way to make quick cash. I mean, just start blocking people.
Is this a final screenshot of the respondent contacting you on that same sort of leg?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Okay, let's move now. It looks like there have been several other incidents of violence from the respondent. Can you tell the court what happened on May 2nd?
Yes. So on May 2nd, Taylor was basically angry about the fact that I wanted to move out. I wanted to end the relationship. And so she went into a violent rage. She ended up throwing multiple items at the walls in our shared house, also at the floors, which caused damage to both the walls and the hardwood floors. She threw my vacuum cleaner, which caused my vacuum cleaner to break. She threw a glass cup. There's a video of her throwing these things as well. You can see the glass shattering and like coming towards me. She threw a TV tray table. She threw water bottles.
It's a very select. I'm so hung up on this accent because as soon as she started talking, there was none, and then she just started bringing it in. Now it's went away again. It's making me nuts.
I need to figure out where we're going to deport her to. Maybe that'll help figure out this accent a little bit. I saw some of you were like, guessing what it was. Did Cole send? Who sent $26? Not friends and family over here. Whoever it was, I'm pretty sure. I know the name, but the thing that concerns me is it's a beautiful message that they're coming to the meetup, but then they write the wrong month about being there.
Oh, that's not good.
It's not October.
Hey, pal. Thank you, guys.
It's not October. It's September.
Don't be a month late.
I will not be there with peace and love, peace and love.
I think there were several other things she threw. So she had thrown this glass that
and just to stop you. So you mentioned you took a video of this incident. Is that right?
Yes.
All right.
A video? Oh, we love
right.
videos.
And is this the video that you took?
That is the video, yes.
All right. And this was on May 2nd of this
Oh,
year.
get
is that
ready.
correct?
Yes.
She's played softball, Creed.
It would appear so.
Let me try that one more time.
Oh,
That's
please.
a good one.
It's a TikTok accent.
And I'll go ahead and play the video.
I love you. Yes, I do.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Streak. Oh. Streak.
Well, that's definitely going to hurt the hardwood floors
Oh, somebody's not getting their deposit
and the
back.
wall. Ooh, you're barefoot walking around after you're breaking glass.
Oh, you're gonna cut your feet.
So after that,
Ouch.
there was multiple damage to the house. She also started to, then start crying, smashing her head against the wall. I asked if she wanted to go to ER because she had cut her leg because she slipped from the glass in like liquid that was on the ground. So even despite the violence that she was exhibiting, I was like, okay, you were injured, like you need to sort that out. She then went to the ER by herself. I said I would come with her. And then I believe, just sent a bunch of messages kind of apologizing. This is also the second time, at least not second, this is a long way down of times that she has broken things in the apartment or the house that we have collectively lived in. So my old apartment before we moved into this house was also destroyed. Multiple holes in the wall. My closet was destroyed. I had personal items that were destroyed at a different date.
Thank God.
All right. Now you also mentioned in your petition, you also mentioned incident happened on February 12th. Can you walk the court what happened then?
Yes. So this time, I think I was in our shared bedroom. Taylor was downstairs. She came upstairs, entered the room that I was in. What she would typically do is take my possessions when she was mad or annoyed about something. And so she stole my phone while I was using it. I tried to ask for it back, then got up. She then tackled me to the ground. At which point she then got on top of me and pinned my arms to the ground, and made several comments about me being pathetic, weak, that if she just held me down long enough, I would be out of breath soon.
She cut a promo
and then
on
she
her.
also dragged me across the floor. And so I had cuts on my arms as well as bruising from this day.
God.
All right. And did you take photographs of your
Rose?
injuries then?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Should
All
be.
right. I'm going to show you 1, 2, and 3. Are these photographs of the injuries from February 12th?
Yes,
All right. And have you altered them in any way? Or are these accurate photographs of the injuries you received?
these are accurate. They're not altered.
Where's the cuts?
All right. So we'll admit, or we'll, I think we said we were going to admit them unless there's an objection. So I'm
No
assuming.
objections, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Pack knows his client's guilty as hell.
Or
He
you
won't
can
object to
tender
anything.
them in bulk at the
I
end,
don't
and
mind.
I'll do that.
Bobby, it's
Mr. Pack can object in bulk or by piecemeal.
All righty.
I doubt I'll do either, Judge.
Piecemeal?
Okay.
We did get a little bit of
All
stuff.
right. You also mentioned, well, let's I know we've talked about a lot of different things. There's a number of additional things in your petition. I do want to focus in on the September 19th incident, because I think, why don't you walk the court through that?
Yeah, so September 19th, I would say, was one of the most severe incidents of the 10 plus incidents. I had written kind of an account of what happened on that specific day. So I know I had written that this was the 5th or 6th time that Taylor had battered me. I said that I'd lost count. This time I was bruised from head to toe. So I had bruising on both of my arms, all over my chest, my legs, my feet. This time, not only did she grab me, shove me against the wall, pin me to the ground, she also committed false imprisonment. She locked me in 2 separate rooms.
Oh, wow.
She locked me in a tiny bathroom, trapping my hands in the door. I was trying to like keep the door open. She trapped my hands in there. So they were cut as well. When I managed to get out, she then locked me in the closet. I tried to escape. We had like a veranda off of our bedroom. I tried to escape. It was the nighttime to like call for help. She barricaded me in, so I couldn't do that. She would not let me leave the room. I was screaming, I was crying. She told me to stop crying, stop playing victim. As I mentioned, locked me in the rooms, shoved me against the wall. I actually started to like wet myself at one point because of how much fear I was in. She also threatened to punch me in the face that day. She broke my glasses. There's picture evidence of that. So I wasn't able to see during some of this incident. She also broke my phone screen on this day. Then later on, I managed to leave the room. She trapped me in the living room. I tried to leave through the back door, the front door. She would barricade me in both ways. At one point, I guess after maybe 2 hours of this, she had maybe calmed down a little bit. So I left the house, drove to a lake to just clear my head. When I came back, she had removed the lock from the door, so I could not enter the house.
And let me stop you real quick.
So much information.
First of all, did you take photographs of your injuries that you received?
Yes, there are photographs, and I believe there's a video in relation to this day.
All right.
Whole lot going on in that picture.
All right. Is this a video from, or excuse me, a photograph of your injuries from that incident?
Yes.
Okay. And then what about this one?
Yeah, that one too.
Okay. And you mentioned your glasses were broken. Is this a picture of your broken glasses?
Yes.
All right. And did the respondent in a later, did you later have a text conversation with the respondent where she admitted to locking you into these rooms?
Oh yeah.
All right.
100%.
Is this a screenshot of the messages that you received from the respondent?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. And
phone number.
can you read this last or the second to last message?
Yeah, so Taylor says, I locked you in the bathroom because I wanted you to feel alone and small. Like I wanted you to emotionally hurt you and break you down because I'm hurt.
Okay, thank you.
Wow.
All right.
It's definitely a lot going on, and with the imprisonment.
And
I mean,
you said, did you
I hope
take
the
a
police were
video
involved.
of the injuries that you sustained?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I'll go ahead and play that video as well. I don't think there's audio on it. It's just a
She was
video
very
of the
naked.
injuries.
Deanna, very naked. Once again, oh, please keep the towel up. Your discretion is advised. It's a lot of bruising. I once knew strippers that had a kind of bruising too, but I was from swinging around the pole so much.
All right. And have there been, it looks like in your petition, you mentioned several other incidents where you've received injuries on January 23rd, November 4th, October 28th, and October 19th. Can you just sort of quickly explain what happened on some of those other dates where you received injuries?
Yeah, most of the time it would be that Taylor was frustrated about something and would steal like my possessions, as I mentioned. And then when I would ask for them back, that's when she would start like grabbing me, shoving me against the wall, pushing me to the ground, locking me in the house. I've had my car keys were broken. One time that she was mad, she decided to throw them across a parking lot. So I have no buttons in my car keys still. I've also had threats of gun violence from Taylor. She has told me that she's had a gun around me without me knowing. She has threatened to bring multiple guns into the house. When I said, I do not consent to this, she said she
Honestly, a lot of this is absolutely terrifying. And it really does make you wonder, because she did say, correct, that this is not their first place that they've lived together.
No, she claims this was over like 10 different incidences. Again, you know, we talk about people that don't want to leave or they can't leave and things like that. And growing up in a household that was very abusive and things like that. My mom was the same way. She did not want to leave. We would leave and come right back. So anybody to say, oh, well, she should have just left. You never know what mind state somebody's in or how they've been manipulated into thinking they can't leave or thinking that they can't survive on their own or they kind of deserve what they're getting. So domestic violence is a slippery slope. Is this one-sided? I don't know. It could be a lot of things going on here that we don't know about, but the things that she has just recently talked about, very terrifying, very, very bad stuff.
Yeah, it really is. I guess it'll be interesting to hear if, I mean, the evidence is damning. I don't really think there's much to Taylor.
And I don't think, I really don't think Taylor is fighting any of it at all.
Yeah. I mean, and that video, I mean, not just the bruise pictures, but that video alone is
not care. And I said that.
Thank you, Rose. Gifted 5 memberships. Appreciate that.
You're the best.
You're going to probably kill me. And she said that she wouldn't waste a bullet on me.
Let me ask you, let's just circle back on October 19th. In your petition, you mentioned an incident happened where your finger was injured. Can you walk us through what happened on October 19th?
Yes. So I believe I was like trying.
Excuse me a minute. I'm getting audio from somewhere.
Yeah, we were too. We were wondering where it was going to be from.
I don't know. Okay, now it seems to have disappeared. Thank you.
Who was it?
Somebody turned Days of Our Lives on.
Taylor would like grab my hands if I would try and get my phone back. And at multiple different times I had cuts to my fingers. I believe that on October 19th, where I said she cut my finger, ripping off the skin, I also had a hematoma on my finger, which I went to the health clinic about, and I have evidence of that appointment where they say that I had
Sounds
a
terrible.
hematoma on my finger.
Okay. I'll go ahead. And you took photographs of the injuries to your finger?
Yes.
And are these the photographs that you took of the injuries to your finger?
Yes.
Lady Lotus,
Okay.
thank you.
And you mentioned you went to the health clinic as well.
That's a lot of coffee cups in the sink. You hear it
Is
again?
this
I
a
hear it.
visit summary of all the times that you've
back.
gone to the health clinic at your school?
So the other ones are unrelated to this case. It's just this one. I think it says a non-traumatic hematoma of soft tissue.
Sorry. So is this just to clarify? So is this a printout of every sort of an overview of all the times you've had to go to the clinic?
Yes. Yes.
All right. And then does it
Sorry,
show
there's some
here
private information,
that
y'all.
you had to go on October 20th?
Yes.
I'm still getting audio from
That's
somewhere.
Definitely somebody just having a conversation in the background.
Yeah, there's a mic open somewhere.
Thank you.
Okay, now it seems to
Lady
be very
Lotus.
quiet.
God bless 08 PA who just said
I hear a male voice right now. Are y'all hearing this?
Yes.
Okay.
by the way, guys, I appreciate you guys all sharing sides of your stories and things that have happened in your life. I'll tell you, to be just brutally honest with you, I'm glad that we have a place that you guys even feel comfortable in a public, to even discuss that, and that's pretty cool and pretty heartwarming. Yeah, just wanted to say that. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
It's coming from Miss George.
Okay. All right. It's just distracting. Thank you.
Sure. All right.
Haha, she was the guilty party.
All right. And then let's also go back to June 23rd of last year. Can you tell the court what happened on that day?
June 23rd. 1 second.
Did you receive visible injuries on June 23rd of last year?
Yes.
All right. And did you take photographs of those injuries?
Yes.
Okay.
Please like this video while we wait.
All right. And
Oh,
are these
these
the
are even
photographs that you
worse.
took?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's correct.
progressively worse, no?
And
It's
can you walk the
escalating.
court through how these were caused?
Yeah, so these were caused by, again, Taylor like grabbing me, again, just like throwing me against the wall, throwing me to the ground, etc. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
All right.
Anything further, Ms. Jordan? Or?
Hell, even 2 weeks after an
I
accident.
think we have a couple other
ones with Emily
incidents.
were progressively worse.
Just one, we'll go through just one more from October 28th of last year. Can you, Miss Jackson, can you walk the court through what happened on that date?
Taylor unfazed,
Yes.
by the way, if you've noticed.
Again, it was
Unfazed.
stealing
Yeah.
of my possessions.
Yeah.
She knew I'm a doctoral student, so like my laptop is my life. And so she would like take my laptop. There was one time where she literally put it outside, but she didn't tell me. So she would hide these possessions. I would ask for them back, etc. She would not give them back to me. And then it would end up that she would stop grabbing me again, causing more bruising, usually to my arms. Yeah.
And did you take photographs of those injuries from that date?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right.
Thank-
I'm going to show you a few of them. Are these the photographs that you took from the injuries you got on that date?
Yes.
All right.
Well,
And what are we
Cricket?
looking at here?
Hey.
So bruising to both my left and right arms.
That's a nice tug.
Again, from grabbing. There was
It
also
is.
bruising on my chest.
I think my fat
From being shoved against the
my
wall.
feet pics.
Oh, she
What
stole
about-
her feet?
In this abuse, somehow my foot gets bruised as well, probably from being dragged against the floor, etc. Yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy.
All right. I think that's it from our side.
Not to be too picky, but did you see that the mat was upside down with all the stuff right
Well,
there?
maybe the other side was dirty, Creed.
I mean, flip it over.
Oh, yeah. They left the tags on. Oh,
Oh,
well.
Dave noticed it too. Yeah, that they're all well. I mean, listen, it does say that it's illegal to take those tags off. So, going to
You don't
jail
wanna
for
get
that.
go to jail for nothing stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think that's it from our side until we deal with the property issues.
Okay, and is it my understanding you're tendering everything that you've presented thus far in bulk?
Yes, Judge.
And it's my understanding, Mr. Pack, no objection to any
No
one
objection,
item?
Judge.
Okay, all admitted without objection.
OCD kicking
Thank
in.
you,
Beth.
Judge.
All right,
Yeah.
Mr. Pack.
Yes, Judge. Ms. Jackson, good morning, maybe good afternoon at this point. My name is Gunnar Pack, and I represent Ms. Breshers, who you are very familiar with. So Ms. Jordan keeps asking you questions about events that happened prior to May 30th, meaning in May 12th. I think she mentioned January. I think she mentions November. I think she mentions October of 2022. Have you had any contact with my client since May 30th of 2023?
I have received calls from a third party. So I have had contact from, when was this? On May 31st, Taylor Bashir's father called me trying to ask questions about why she had been arrested. Other than that, I have blocked her on every platform. So there is no way without her creating a new platform to be able to contact me. I do
So
not
she hasn't directly contacted you since May 30th, the date of her arrest, correct?
Not since then, no.
And you are aware that there is
There
a
you go.
stay away order for Ms. Brashears to stay away from you completely, directly, indirectly, whatever it may be, correct?
I'm aware of that. Actually, on May 31st, there was contact. So I'm not, are you speaking about after May 31st?
Yeah, after she was told not to contact you, she hasn't contacted you, has
This
she?
is his only go-to. Is
Yeah,
you
so
know,
her
she's
bond
abiding by, right?
conditions from her criminal case state that she can't contact me. The ex parte TPO also states that she can't contact me.
got you. I
He
got
has
you.
not
But
contacted
as
me.
far
but-
as
Which I don't blame him to go there, because I mean that is
This is really his only card. Like, Judge, hey,
Yeah.
look, she's not contacted her any after being told not to, so we don't have to bring out this TPO. Contact hasn't been made. No need to worry.
listen, if she didn't come with all these receipts, again, cut and dry, I feel, but I do, yeah, throwing that out there, it is something, but it certainly doesn't make up for even
No.
1/100th of what we've seen.
as far as the stay away order, she was told to stay away from you. You knew that, and you knew that she could get in trouble if she contacted you, correct?
Yes, and she still decided to show up at the house when I was moving my belongings. And
Show up, did you report
Ooh.
this to anyone?
Ooh,
yes,
Who did you report this to?
the police. The case number is 2304761.
Oh, he didn't know that?
Can you say that case number again?
Yeah, 23047.
as a bit of a mic drop for her. No, I mean,
Oh my God.
add insult to injury. Mr.
What a-
Gunner Pack, you should have known that.
What a botch. What a botch. We didn't even have
All
to
right.
bring that up.
So he was working into something that he thought he had pretty,
Yeah.
whoops. Oh boy.
Oh.
Hey, you got to give her credit. I mean, she has come prepared. She's done what she's needed to do.
She's got receipts as long as a Walgreens receipt.
Boy, she sure does.
601.
Did you ever contact the police when my client called you 70 plus times?
I did contact the police. I asked them to add that to the documentation from May 10th.
And did they?
I believe so, yes.
Do you have a case number for that?
May 10th, the case number is 230407777.
Okay, but you said that they're going to supplement that with the harassing phone calls, correct?
Yes, that's what they told me.
You had contact with my client after May 10th, the date of the incident, correct?
Not on, like, I have not contacted her. She has contacted me.
But you replied to her when she contacted you.
There were a couple of days I responded, just asking her to stop messaging me when she was messaging me on
So-
different numbers, and then I stopped
There was
responding.
never a cordial conversation about a sofa that you guys were planning on trying to get rid of after May 10th.
There was no cordial conversations, in my opinion, no.
So if I provided the court with a text message showing that you guys are talking about how to split up a couch, what would you
Wait, cut it in
Is this
half?
from?
say that again?
What date is this from?
May 12th or so on? It's after May 10th.
Okay, so after the police report, yeah, so I believe that after May 12th was when I no longer communicated anything with Taylor Brashears.
Gotcha. But May 11th and 12th, the 2 days after the date of the incident where you claim that she attacked you, you still were in communications with her, correct? For those couple of days.
She was harassing me, so I asked her to stop harassing me, yes.
So there was no other conversation other than stop harassing me.
I believe we spoke about the sofa at one point,
Okay.
as you mentioned.
So there was mention about a sofa now.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, just making sure.
You nailed it, Gunner.
Are you aware that my client is in the near future planning on going into the Coast Guard?
Objection calls for speculation.
I'm not asking if she's speculating. I'm asking if she knows or doesn't know whether she's going to go to the Coast Guard or not.
Well, the second question then would be, what's the relevance to
TPO
what I'm
keeps
hearing
getting
today?
in.
The relevance, Judge, would be to the detriment of my client. What the TPO could do, Judge. We think it would be a counterintuitive, counterproductive. That's fine, Judge. I'll move on.
Sofa,
Yeah,
you know, like
I deal in a vacuum. I deal with
So
what's in
Judge,
front of me.
And Judge, you may know me. You know me. I don't really dabble in this area of the law.
The consequences of it, the chips fall where they may.
I hear you, Judge.
No, I did.
The,
I will say Taylor again has sat there very stoic through the entire thing, which
Stone faced, some would say.
The gun threats made that you claimed that my client made to you in regards to bringing it to the house or whatever it may be. Did she send that via text messages?
Yes, I believe I have text messages and an audio recording of.
Have you shared that with Miss Jordan?
Yes, I have.
No.
Okay. No further questions. Judge.
All right, any redirect, Ms. Jordan?
Just one question, Your
Just
Honor.
broke 'em.
Ms. Jackson, did you have, after the incident with the, on May 10th, did you have any communication with the respondent that was not about resolving matters relating to moving out of the residence?
No.
Nothing further.
Okay, any recross?
No, Judge.
All right, anything further from the petitioner?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Pack, do you wish to put up evidence?
Judge, my client, as you heard, as a pending criminal case, Judge, so we are not going to proceed with her testimony this afternoon.
I understand. All right, closing argument.
So that's a no.
I would like
Right,
to.
Okay, no, ma'am, Yeah, you're done.
Shall I go first, Judge? Or will Ms. Jordan?
This is closing argument for the attorneys.
Yes,
No.
I'll waive opening I'll reserve for final close.
Judge, if I may proceed, Judge.
Sure.
From the very beginning, I think I've told you, Your Honor, that this is a very tumultuous relationship. It wasn't one where it's good that the parties aren't involved anymore. There were numerous calls to the apartment or wherever they were staying, as far as disagreements and escalation towards some violence and damaging of property. The police were called oftentimes, Judge. So tumultuous is probably a nice way of saying it. I will say this. My client has been charged with family violence battery for the allegations that Miss Jackson has made, Judge. And we are going through the court process there. We haven't gotten an arraignment date or anything like that, but we are going through that process. When my client was told to stay away directly, indirectly with the alleged victim in the case, she did so, Judge. She hasn't been in any contact through either whatever social media, text messaging, calling, showing at her place of work, showing up at her house since the court told her to stay away. don't do it, because if you do, you're going to get arrested. And my client took that very seriously, Judge. And now the 70, 80 phone calls, that's inappropriate behavior. 100% I agree with that, Judge. However, my client was never told, because she wasn't arrested at the time, that you cannot communicate with Miss Jackson. Again, Judge, once she was told, she stopped doing it. She cut it out. She's not wanting to go back to jail to deal with this. She has moved on with her life. Therefore, Judge, we think that the stay away order is doing what it's supposed to be doing. Why issue a TPO in the sense of it seems like redundancy, Judge? I mean,
doubling down.
Ms. Jackson is concerned that my client, who has not contacted her directly or indirectly, she can reach out to the solicitor's office, and Donna Stribling's office, the solicitor will take actions accordingly, Judge. So we just think that the stay away order in place has taken effect. My client knows not to contact Ms. Jackson. She hasn't, Judge, and therefore we would ask you deny the TPO in this case.
All right, thank you. Ms. Jordan?
Thank you, Judge. You've seen overwhelming evidence of multiple acts of family violence, multiple acts of stalking, regardless of, the calls that were made after this incident, even without a stay away order in place, is certainly sufficient for a claim of stalking, which is also a basis for a protective order to be granted. To the extent that there isn't a necessity for needed protection by nature of the bond conditions, Judge, as you well know, the criminal law regime and the civil law regime coexist, and certainly was designed with the notion that someone wouldn't be prevented from getting a protective order simply because the person was also arrested with a crime. The temporary protective order process is specifically designed to allow a petitioner to maintain control over the protections and have a case where she is the determinant of what happens with the case, unlike in a criminal case where that is entirely in the hands of the prosecutor's office. This process is designed so that she can assert protection for herself, which is why she's asking for that protection now. She's in fear for her safety, and frankly, there's overwhelming evidence that protective order should be granted.
All right, well, thank you all. I will be granting the protective order, 12-month protective order that will expire on June the 20th of 2024.
She didn't even finish her.
Now, I believe since we bifurcated this, what I'm going to suggest here is, there were certain items listed as damages in the petition. I don't know what type of documentary evidence you have, whether there's going to be an argument over value, that sort of thing. But I'm going to give both counsel a few minutes to meet and go over those, if you would, please, to see what can be agreed upon. If not, then we'll have a very brief hearing, I hope, on that matter.
And I'm not 100% what's being asked for, Judge.
Well, there were some items on the petition, such as broken glasses.
I don't want those. You can keep them.
Maybe half a dozen items listed on that. So do not go beyond that, Ms. Jordan. Whatever was asked for there, y'all talk about and see what you can resolve in that regard.
Thank you, Judge.
Yep, sounds good.
All right.
Well, that's pretty much it, Creed.
Just come back when you're done.
A very serious case that I think had a good ending.
And here's the other thing with even Mr. Peck's whole thing about, look, she's thinking about going into the Coast Guard. Well, I think we should be more worried about the domestic violence charges that you are pending for battery and things like that, keeping you out of the Coast Guard before you start worrying about this 12-monther.
I mean, especially because that evidence, I do believe.
Oh my God, the evidence was overwhelming.
I mean,
damn.
I wanted to touch his muscles.
Don't do it. Pin you to the ground.
TPO definitely granted, and I believe in the very, very beginning he was ready for that, but gave everybody their chance. Old Gunner, though, he tried. I mean, I understand. Again, I understand where you're coming from, and whenever any attorneys ever say that, I get it. In this one, in this case, though, there's just no. It's just cut and dry on that one. That's all there is for that. Please like, bye. Well, that is it for We Got a Case. Coming up next, We Got a Chase.
Yeah, it's gonna be an exciting time, Creed. Some really crazy stuff. A video of a guy that drove through a store the other day. as well as a man who thought it was a good idea to swallow a bag of cocaine.
Oh, that's always a lovely idea. And again, thank you guys for airing out some of your very personal stuff.
It's tough. It's tough. I know.
Hopefully, maybe discussing that with everybody maybe help you a little bit or make you feel a little bit better.
You're not
It's all
alone.
about kind of a downer start to our Friday. We'll get things ramped up for Florida Friday up next. Thank you guys a ton. Thank you for that. All the chatters, some new faces rolling through. Always appreciate that. And money is always good too, because we don't really ask for it. So it's so nice. Big Dave Combo Express today. Dave, thank you. Rochelle, Patricia, Nancy, Dave, KCC, Dave, drip, drip. Christopher, Gary, Dave again, Mayor, Donna, KH, Cole, Call Me Rose, and Lady Lotus.
Ooh, Lady Lotus in the coveted spot for the old caboose. Quick programming reminder, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, you'll be able to catch an incredible case with Judge Bryant, who doesn't want you to record or show any of her cases anywhere. But you know what? For the first time ever, we're going to. It is an amazing, amazing case. You need to hear about a plea deal gone wrong. Way wrong. So make sure you do not forget to check that out. That'll be going up in just a few minutes. You'll be able to hit the old notification. But until then, make sure you like the video. If you're new, go back and watch some of our old stuff. Consider joining. Become a member. We have 3 channels with 3 different memberships, and we go live on it 3 times a week. You get your money's worth, I'm telling you. No makeup putting on here. So make sure you go ahead and do that. Be back soon.
Fit in perfect around here, Rochelle.
Oh, you nailed it.
It's good to see you. Thank you,
I
guys.
love it. We love you guys. Everybody stay safe. Stay hard. Have a good weekend, of course. And stay tuned, because the best is yet to come. Top guys.
Finish